Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Belle, and today we are going to make a model. So we're going to make a model with the use of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Alright, so I hope that you will learn something from this video. By the way, what is a model? Model is a dialog box or pop-up window that is displayed on the top of the current page, like this. This is an example of a dialog box. When you hit on or when you click on the text area, boom, the dialog box or pop-up window will appear at the top of the current page. Alright, so this is what we're trying to do today. Let's go back to our text editor and let us make the HTML file. So we are going to save our file, Control S to save the file, and I am going to name this file as model. Yes. I'm going to place it to the desktop, and this is model.html. Okay, let's put the basic HTML structure. Let's create a title. Let's say model, and let's go inside the body. Let's add a button. Let's put test model. Alright, so as you can see, I am here in my desktop. So this is the file model. Let's open it. Alright, so you can see a button here that says test model. It's the only thing that you can see since it's we only put one element, and that is the button element. Alright, so what we wanted to do is whenever we click the test model button, the dialog box or the pop-up window will appear or will display on the top of our page. Okay, so let's do this. But before that, we will design our model. So we are going to add a style for our model. Okay, so yeah, let's go below the head tag. Let's type style, open tag style. Okay, we are going to just use an internal way of inserting CSS, but if you wanted to separate the CSS file to our HTML file, or if you wanted to separate the JavaScript file to our HTML file, then you could create a separate file for it. Alright, so we are trying to create a model right now. So the first thing that we are going to do or design, okay, is the background of the model, the outer part of the model. Let's say model BG or model background. So this is the class name for the outer part of our model, model BG. Alright, so let's put some attributes. Okay, display black. Okay, next is position. Fix, so that it will lay in place or it will stay in place. Next, let's say Z index, so that it will lay on the top of our page or it will sit on the top of our page. That's the purpose of index. So it's under the model BG. The class name is model BG or model background. Okay, so next we will put some padding So padding tab, it will create a space inside the element. So let's say 100 pixel. It will create a space on the upper part of inside the element rather. Left 0 because we don't want to create any space on the outside part of our model background. Also, we are going to tap 0. What else? Wait a minute. So yeah, what else? So we also wanted to, as you can see, it's a full width. The background is full width. So we are going to create a full width background. So you have to put 100% for the full width. 100%. Perfect. And also the height is 100%. Full height of the page. Okay. Next, we are going to make another class name, but before that, let's put on some background color. Okay, so we are going to create a background color black. So black is 0, 0, 0. And we wanted to make a semi-transparent. As you can see on our example in the Facebook, it's color black and it's semi-transparent. 0.6 is the opacity. You can adjust. It depends on what you want it to look like. Okay, so as you can see, it's color black. Next thing that we are going to do is the backs. This is where we are going to put the content of the model. So we're going to create a little box in the center of the background. So let's just say model box. We will name our class as model box. Okay, again, model box is for the content of our model. Okay, so we are going to create or display our model first. Let's check if it works. Okay, let's create a div and then let's go back. Let's say class equals, what's the class name? The class name is model PG. Let's just copy and paste it to make sure that the spelling is correct. Okay, so as you can see, it's displaying perfectly. Same as this one. So it's black, semi-transparent. As you can see, we can still see the elements at the back. Okay, so let's put on some attributes to our model box. Background color FFF, or we can also say color white. Background color white. What else? Margin automatic or auto. Wait a minute. Okay, just a single semicolon. Padding tab, just to put some space inside the element or inside the box. Let's just say 15 pixels with a 60%. We don't want the full width. We just wanted it to be smaller than the background. So 60% is good, and let's try to put the box inside the model background or the model BG. Let's create another division or division, whatever. Class model box. Okay, very good, perfect. Alright, so now we are going to put some elements inside the box. Let's say heading 1, Test. Refresh. Okay, so the word test is now visible. Okay, so this is the box. This is the model box on the center. On the center, on the top of the model background. Okay, you can put any element in the box, inside the box. I'll just put some image inside here. Wait a minute. So you have a photo of my favorite actress. Let's rename the file name to test, just to make it short. Okay, let's get the location, the exact location of our file. So you can go to the properties and get the location. So there, let's just copy and paste it to our text editor, just to make sure that the spelling is correct. Let's paste it to the source slash the file name, which is test.jpg. JPG file type of our file. Okay, so you can, if you will refresh it, the image is now visible inside the box of our model. So we will try to resize the box because it doesn't look good. Let's say overflow automatic, so that it will enable the scroll in the page if needed, just like this one. Okay, and then now that we have the scroll, now that the scroll is enabled, let's go back to the text editor and we are going to resize the size of our image. Let's say width is equals to 50%, and let's try to change the model box or the content box. Okay. Oops, there's something wrong. Oh, you have to make sure that the syntax is correct to refrain some errors. Let's make it 100%. Okay, there you go. It's now sitting good. Okay, we are going to put some close button here. To do that, of course, we have to add something like this. Whenever the close button is clicked, the dialog will close or the pop-up will close. Let's go here, let's add span and times to create a close text. Yes, to create a code. Refresh. Oops, it's so cute. Okay, I think we have to change the attributes of this element, the span. Let's create another class name. Let's name it close. Close. BTN or close button. Rate. Color black. Font weight is equals to 700. 700 is bold. And font size, you can also say font weight bold. And font size is 20 pixel. Let's say close BTN. Okay, so let's change. So let's change 700 to bold. Actually, they're just the same. I don't know what I'm doing here. 700 and bold is just the same, guys. Let's add some padding. Padding right to put some space on the right part of the button. Yeah, so there. Okay, so let's change the font 28 pixel so that it looks bigger. Next, we are going to create another class name, which is close PTN hover. So whenever the user or whenever you'll hover the button, the color will change to something. Wait, let's change the color first. Let's make it 8080 and the hover is 222. Wait, let's try to make it EE or gray. It's quite unseen. It's almost unseen, so let's just change it to 8080. And then for the hover, color is 222. It is something black. Yeah, something black. Next is the cursor. Let's change it to pointer. So let's refresh. Okay, so you can see every time that I will point the mouse to the button, it will change its color to something more darker, and the pointer will change, or the cursor will change into pointer. Okay, so that looks good. Next is that we are going to create a function. So we are going to create a function. So every time I will click on this button, the model will close. Yes, and every time I will click on the window or the model background, the model will close itself. So for us to do that, we are going to need the help of this JavaScript. So let us jump to JavaScript. I'll just make a break here so that you will able to see the button. Alright, so now we have, every time I will click test model, the model or the dialog box will pop up. So let's add script code below the elements inside the body. Script inside, let's go inside the script. We are going to get the elements in the HTML. This one, the elements for this button and the elements for the model. We will declare a variable, the JavaScript variable, that will hold the element for the button. Let's say var my button, my btn, equals document that get element by class name. Elements by class name. Wait, you have to be careful with the spelling, because wrong spelling is wrong. It will cause an error, or it will not function if the syntax is wrong. Alright, so wait a minute, button doesn't have a class name because we didn't put any, we didn't change the attributes of the button. So let's just make an ID here. Let's say ID is equals to my button. Okay, so my button. This is the ID of our button, so we're going to copy and paste it here so that we can you can ensure that the spelling are correct. Spellings of the IDs are correct. So yes, let's make a function here. So my btn because that onClick is equals to a function. Okay. So every time that the button is click, every time that the button is click, this one, my button, it will do something. Every time you click it, it will do something. So it will show us, or it will display the modal back or the model. So we wanted to change the display from none to black for us to be able to display the model. So let's also make an ID for the model since we wanted to change something in the attribute of the model. So let's say variable or var, let's declare a variable. Var my model equals to document that get element by ID. Okay, again, please just do copy and paste the ID so we could get the exact spelling. Okay, let's go back here. So every time you click on the button, it will do something. So this is the area where you are going to put the procedure whenever the button is clicked. So we wanted that modal style display will change into black from none to black. Let's refresh our browser. Let's click. Oops, it's not functioning. Let's check our spelling. Okay, so document wrong spelling, syntax error. Okay, so let's make sure that the spellings are correct. Let's go back. Wait. I don't know why it's not functioning. Okay, so as you can see, letter B is small letter. It should be capitalized. Okay, so this is so sensitive. You have to really put the correct syntax. Okay, there you go. It's now displaying. Okay. Get element by ID. Each word should start with a big letter. Okay, now we need to put something so that whenever we click on the close button, this one, yes, the modal or the dialog box will close. So let's declare variable closer equals document that get elements by class name. So this button has a class name. Okay. Let's paste it here and okay. So the closer holds the elements with the class name close btn or close button. So whenever the close button or close btn is clicked, something will happen or it will do something, and that is to close the model. So we're just going to copy and paste the procedure. So as you can see, whenever I click here, it will still display, the model will still display because we did not change the style display. So let's change it to none, refresh, and let's try to click. Okay, there you go. It's now It's now closing the model. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so when you're going to click on the background, which is the transparent, the semi-transparent um, background, we wanted that it will also close the model. So we can say window dot on click function. Let's copy this one. So there you go. Refresh. As you can see, whenever I click the test model, the model box will not display because of this. So we have to be specific. We have to be specific. So let's create a condition. If the event, we are going to create a condition for the event. If the event target is equal to the model background, then it will close the model box or the dialog box. Okay, so whenever the event target is equals to my model or the model background, then it will close. Okay, will close the dialog box. So that's it. There are a lot of ways on how to create model, and this one is one of those ways. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and if you like my video tutorial, please do leave a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and